right, guys. Jason and I are going back through doing the maps that we definitely tried and gave up on. I mean, no, we've never touched this map before, but no, back when we did do it, this map wasn't completed. Now it's a little more concise. There's still some things that haven't been added, like the side missions and stuff, but we realized no one's really made a guide on it. At least not a tight one, I should say. So yeah, this is a pretty big map. Came out a couple years ago now. So it hasn't really been tweaked much, but as I said, the main Easter egg's a lot more straightforward. So the only thing you'll need on you is maybe a pen and paper for this one, just because there's a lot of steps. I should say there's a lot of sub-steps. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on power. But let's start game and just hit start classic. You're going to go through a lot of like talking stuff, but first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on power. There's 3 powers. One here and then one in each building on each side. Always go by the mystery box. The mystery box is going to tell you which way you want to start. It doesn't really matter, but you can start that way. Just in case you don't want to use wall weapons. I think Jason and I are just going to use wall weapons for this because it is doable. It's just a little bit of a pain. But yeah, you don't have to worry about ammo or points. You will get plenty of points in this. So Jason's opened a bunch of doors. We're going to head on in. As you can see, it's pretty dark. So these areas are pretty linear all the way up until you get to the next power. So just follow the path. I think Jason, I don't remember which doors exactly Jason opened, but just keep following it along. The map is huge, so you will have to take the time to learn it. Again, we're not going to give you like a full rundown of the map, but just follow the path all the way along. Boom, open door. Right there's the mystery box. Turn around. Keep going. Open this door for 15. Damn it. Stolen my money. But here's the first shield part. So I'm going to buy this door for 15. Here's this power. And as you can see, it's linear in the sense of now the doors open up that get you back to where you started. So right there's where we just, like the beginning of, or the entrance, I should say. But the whole right side's open. We'll get to that later. Again, ideally, you guys are going to have to learn the map on your own. Even for us, it's kind of like we're still kind of trying to figure it out. And we've gone through this a couple times. So it's like everything looks the same. That's the problem. We finished one side. Now we got to go do the other. So we're going to start from here. Start taking it down. Following the arrows all the way, and now we have power completely turned on. All 3 powers are turned on, which allows us to go to the back here. We're gonna go over and grab the first Ragnarok part, and we're gonna take the elevator up. So we're gonna grab the key card, drop on off, and we're just gonna continue while he's talking. I don't really care. So now we have to collect souls around these like little energy things. This is where you want to get the bulk of your points for perks and stuff. Grab the part, and then we're gonna go find the next one. So there's one in each like area. Next one is by power. Technically the second power that we did, right in front of the cafeteria here. Sweet, another perk slot, and we finished this. All right, now I'm also going to buy the AK 47, S47, whatever it's called, which is going to be over this way. Go over here. It's right here. This is going to be your main weapon. This is the one that you keep for most, if not all of this. So now we're going to work on getting our perks while we're doing these soul boxes. So the only perks that you need are the basic 4: jugs, double tap, speed, and double tap, speed, stamina, because of how big this map is. You could run mule kick. You will have an abundance of money by the end of this, so maybe it's worth it if you feel like you need another weapon, but the wonder weapon's so good it doesn't even, it's not really worth it. So we're just gonna get jugs and double tap for right now. All right, Jason's standing by the last one, which is in this giant room on the right side.
My tap is now double.
Okay, there we go.
But not my one.
And with that, he'll drop the second Ragnarok part.
That will keep them out for a while.
Sweet. And with that, we have all of the parts for the wonder weapon. So we just grabbed all the weapon parts. Now we're just going to find the shield part, which real fast, which should be out here in the, yep, right here. Boom. So that's the second shield part. Sorry, we're still missing the one on the other side, but we're going to take the elevator up. So now we're going to build this wonder weapon. We're going to get rid of our MP40. This does take a weapon slot, but it's such a good weapon. It's worth it. I would give up both my weapons for this one gun. We're gonna build it right here. It's almost done. Grab the pro buffer. So there's actually 2 of them, like as many teammates. Honestly, this is actually easier if you have 4 people. If you have 1 or 2, I mean, it's still pretty easy. This gun absolutely blasts everything. So we're gonna drop on down. We're gonna work on the next Ragnarok piece, which is pretty easy to do, especially with this gun, but this gun is used mainly for the Easter egg. So in that regard, try and save your ammo or conserve your ammo for the shots that you'll be taking for each step of the Easter egg. So we're gonna do a randomized lockdown. First one's always in the main courtyard, it seems. Now that the cell phone guy's done talking, all I did there was initialize a lockdown, and it'll pick a spot on the map. It seems to always start with the main courtyard. So just lock it down, like hit activate. It'll say where the lockdown is. And then there's always going to be a button that looks like that you just have to activate. You only have to do this the first time because 1, it's nice points. And 2, you get the last Ragnarok piece. Oh, actually, I don't think you get points for this. Perfect. So it gives you the last Ragnarok piece. Now we are on the right side of the left side building. I know it's a little confusing. But you will find these boxes around the map. So each one correlates to a color. So as you can see, this is green. So we have to get 4 like HC pro buffer pieces, right? So each one's linked to an Easter egg, right? It has its own set of steps. So what you want to do, blast it open. Here's the green upgrade. We can do the green one first, or we can just get all the upgrades. I think it's easier just to do the upgrades. Oh shit! And open all the doors. So we are doing the green one first. For green, there's 4 of these first aid boxes, if you will, and each one correlates to an orb that you will find on the map somewhere, usually out of bounds. You have to find the symbol that it correlates with. This is all randomized, so ours won't be the same as yours. You physically just have to find them. Again, I don't know all the locations, but you know. So here's the first one. I'll shoot this, and as you can see, I have to find the one with the hearts. This one's kind of just, again, trial and error, trying to find where it is. I'm sure there's specific locations. We don't have them memorized, so we're just going to walk around and see if we can find them. For example, the first one that I was showing you is right here. Heart. Shoot it. Sprint. Yep. And then the orb will go, and then it'll say, like, oh, a piece is done. The next one, if this is the big cafeteria, while we're over here, I should say, is going to be right here. So we're gonna go down. I always like to give myself a couple extra seconds just by like long shotting it. I don't know if it matters. Like ideally you'd have stamina up by now, but we don't. Boom. There's 2. So right here is double tap. Here's our next shield part. So now we can build both the shield and the Ragnaroks. Here's power to this side. We're just gonna shoot this one. Boom. We're going to run over to the other side, and we're going to go get the 3rd orb. I won't lie to you, our RNG has been terrible, guys. It's like the longest distance as possible, where it takes longer than 45 minutes to get to, or 45 seconds, I mean. So right here is this one, and last but not least, this one. So I'm sure whoever's watching this is probably like, Chris, why don't you just set the teleporters? The teleporter, I mean, you don't really have to do the teleporters. I would wait till I have stamina up. We'll probably do them later, but you actually don't have to do those for the Easter egg, to our knowledge. It's not really part of it. We're better off just running. I know it's not the best and most efficient, but you know what? Whatever, dude. You know the devs just sitting there like, I put so much time and effort so you could use those.
It is a really sick animation, so.
It is. Okay, it's in this quarter. Boom. So all of those are done. So now we're back in the courtyard, and you'll see this. All you have to do, put your canister in there, let it like do its thing. Here's the canister all like buffed up. So as you can see, there's a laser in the air, and that tells you where to put it. So now we have to basically create the soul box. Back here's the teleporter, if you guys know where that is. Again, we haven't been back there yet, but if you go straight, it takes you out to one of the teleporters. Right here is where we put the green canister. So now it takes 30. It takes.
It is happy hour.
God, I feel like this map just yells at me the whole time. It takes 30 souls, just fill it up, and then you can grab it. Jason's going to work on that one while we work on the next canister, which is going to be purple. The reason that we're going to do purple and not red or blue is because red and blue actually require soul boxes within. So that's why I would rather get the ones that don't require any kills to do first. We're going to go past the gym over here. It's kind of in this weight room, sort of whatever area it is. I guess, what is this? I don't even know what room this is in a gym. It looks like the clothing room or whatever. Whatever. So blow this open, grab the fuse. Each teleporter is going to have one glowing end to it, or tip. So the reason I don't turn on the teleporter is because sometimes like these are red and you can kind of barely make out like, oh, which is where the purple is. They kind of blend together. So that's why it's almost easier not to do these until later. So there's the first one. Here's the second one. This is right next to where we put the canister. Right there's the green canister. Each one's in kind of like each corner of the map. Next one's out here. If this is the big cafeteria where the mystery box is, here's the fourth one. And last but not least, as you can see, you have 4 orbs there, but here's the 5th one. It looks way more confusing than it is. But make sure you have a pen and paper with you. And what I like doing is just kind of matching the shape. So each one of those is correlating to a teleporter, because now all 4 prongs are lit up. So it's just telling you what prongs you have to shoot on each one. So for instance, that back one is going to be the 1st and 3rd. So I know 1 and 3 for that one. Don't worry about the line in the middle. That's just activating. So I know the middle one is 1. So that one's only 3. Okay. Well, okay. So that one's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So for instance, so now if you're wondering, like, how do I read this? So it says that the middle one is 1. So I know that I just have to shoot this one. So this one is 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So this one is going to be 1 and 3. So 1, 3. I actually don't know what happens if you mess these up. I'm going to assume it resets, but don't quote me on that. So this one is just 3. Boom. And this last one is 1 and 2. 1, 2. Okay. Is it 1 and 2? 1 and 3. I'm sorry. Not 1 and 2. 1 and 3. So there was 2 1 and 3s. Huh. Interesting. So I guess I answered that question. It lets you redo it. Thank God you don't have to go through a round or anything. 1 and 3. There we go. Perfect. As you can see, we have this like symbol thingy again, whatever you want to call it. Put in your tube, and as you can see, your light is up. So that tells you where to put the canister. And there she is. Now the blue one, little trickier because it has something that correlates. But these we can only do parts of. So what we have to do is we basically have to finish out the blue one and then do the red one. So we're going to go through a couple waves here. But yeah, just because this one involves a little bit more of like a killing spree. So here's the blue box. Blow it up. We have the blue canister. Now we have to find these 4 blue fuse boxes across the map. So what's going to happen is you're going to shoot it. It's going to give you some blinking lights. You have to remember how many times it blinks. And then you have to basically input it into a computer. So this is the first one. Oh. I think that was 9. Now we're going to go over to where Banana Colada is. You'll see like a... It's kind of like... Man, how do you describe it? It's like a terminal. Okay, here's Banana Colada. Jesus. So this blue doohickey. So now we have to hit it 9 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, success. Return to control box to charge. So now you can go back to that same box. As you can see, it's like kind of blue. So now shoot it, and it'll make kind of this. It's kind of like a, man, how do you describe this? It's an area of an effect. It actually slows down zombies. You just have to kill 6 zombies in each one. I'm gonna actually. So this is where the shooting actually starts, where we have to kill a zombie. We're gonna wait on this one. I'm gonna work on this one, or Jason's gonna do red. We'll get to it. Let's just activate the 4 boxes first, and then we'll get back to where we were. So the second box is in the gym on this side. So the next one is in this gym. The next blue box is in this gym. All right, so the zombie accidentally died out, so we're just gonna work on the soul boxes. We don't wanna waste any kills. So Jason's gonna work on the green one. I'm gonna work on the purple one. Sweet. First one is done. Now I can pick this up and upgrade my weapon. I'm not gonna do it now because we're gonna wait till all 4 of them are done, just so we can go through each one. And last but not least, it's out here by the purple canister that we finished. Sweet. So now we can do the killing aspect of the blue canister. I'm going to start the red canister just so I can work on one while Jason works on one. The red canister is a little trickier, but I'm going to give up my blue canister. All that would happen is you just go back to where you originally picked up the canister if you change to a different color. That's I know that sounds kind of confusing, but basically just wherever it started, that's where you would grab it. And then when you get upgrades later, you just pick them up from the soul boxes that you like suck them from. I don't know if that made sense, but you'll figure it out. My viewers aren't dumb. So the red container is in kind of a tricky spot. So you want to go back towards this gym, kind of towards the cafeteria. You want to head over here. You want to take the stairs up. Take a left, and it should be right over here. So it's kind of in this. So right, if you go straight, that takes you downstairs and out to the teleporter where the purple canister is. So here's red. Blow it up. Boom. So now the blue one that I just got rid of is going to be back in its blue location where this thing was, but for blue. With the red canister, we have to find 3 generators. So here's speed, here's the mystery box, right here's the generator. It's a 2x2 grid. So as you can see, that's 1, 2, 3. So it's like it basically makes an L. No, backwards L. Jeez. No, you guys are questioning my education right there. Dear God, I had to do that in my head. So it's a backwards L. So just memorize it, and then we have to go kind of post it, if you will, on the red terminal. And then, which you guys haven't seen the red terminal yet, but post it there, and then you have to go back to that spot, and you have to shoot an orb that will spawn on it. So we're in the band room, and as you can see, this is kind of the symbol thingy. So now we're going to match that symbol. So now we're going to go back, and there should be an orb on top of it. Let's see if I did it correct. It sounds like I hear it. There's the orb. Boom. So the orb lands over here, and now you have kind of like a moving soul box. So the zombie has to be in this thing, and you have to kill him. And then I think you have to do 8 zombies. So Jason just informed me because I didn't know. You can only do each one of these at a time. Otherwise it resets. So I'm going to bang out red and blue. So I'll show you guys how to do each one. That way Jason's just doing the soul box at the end for me. So yeah, basically I have to get a bunch of kills in this area. At this point, you can use this gun because it's so good. So, I mean, your other gun's nice, but your real, like, killer is this bad boy. So there's your first Banshee. With this gun, you can just kind of kill everything. All right, so first one's done. The second one is outside. It's the 2 top pieces, so we're going to go set that one. Right there's the orb. I'm going to shoot it. Jason, you want to bring those zombies on over? Make it nice and easy for me. Bring them on through. Oh, that's what I like to see. There's no way that wasn't all of them. Okay, good. I was going to say. So here's double tap, which you've probably grabbed by now, and it looks like we're just doing the bottom right. Nice and easy. There's the orb. Now it's going to do it down in here. Let's make this easy. Oh, this one just teleports?
Yes.
What the
this
fuck
one
is
was
this?
Very frustrating.
That's so fast? Where is it? Oh my God. Yeah, this one's going to be a bitch, but fine. Come on, be done. I think it's done. Yes.
No, it's mine.
Okay, that wasn't terrible.
Mine all.
I thought that was gonna be way worse. So now that that's done, you can see right in front of the big fountain. Let's just wait for this to do its thing. Boom. Canister's all the way over there. Boom. Nice. So for the blue one, it's kind of the same concept, but it's not a moving soul box as I showed you guys. So you just shoot it and then it makes that. But it is on a time limit. So you have to get you kind of want to group it up. It's a pretty long time limit. I would say it's like 2 minutes, maybe a minute. I don't know, but yeah. So Jason's going to get his kills and then we're going to start the next wave. Okay, so by now, also side note, you should have all 4 of your perks. Those are the main ones that you need. Maybe the Riot Shield, maybe the Ragnaroks if you want them. And then now you want to save to get your weapon to tier 2, which I believe is a total of 15,000. So make sure you do that. Okay, I think this one's done. Yep, that one's done. Whew, that was close. Boom. Yep, and then it just explodes if I remember right, and then you're good. Right, I don't think I have to shoot it again. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. So the next one's gonna be this gym. We're just gonna group them up. So now we're in the other gym. Shoot. Thank you, God. And last but not least, number 4. And now we're back at the fountain. We'll get our last canister and then fill that soul box, and then we're in the home stretch already, which is wild. Here's the last canister that needs to be filled. Boom.
I made a very big mess.
Sweet. Done.
Salute!
So that's all 4 canisters finished. All right, guys. So we finished every single one of the canisters, all upgrades. Now we're just going to quickly run through basically which ones are useful and which ones aren't. So I think the 2 that we're going to use are the damage ones, which is the red one and the blue one, because they're both damage heavy. These 2, the green and the purple, are not very useful, but they are cool. So I'll just put them in perspective. You tell me which ones you want. We already kind of made our choice, but this is the purple one. This thing's pretty neat, so all of them do very good damage, but this one allows you to shoot a grenade that teleports you. It's nice in the boss fight because it lets you get around, but besides that, it very heavily disorients you. So in my opinion, it's not really worth using, but I don't know. Again, maybe I'm wrong. You get a huge speed buff out of it too after you teleport. So the other downside is it takes a lot of ammo. It's like 3 per shot, I believe. So the green one is by far the most useless in my opinion. It's really only good for if you are playing with a full 4. So this allows you to heal people. It makes like this, you can stand in it and it'll heal you. Someone who's down can lay in it and it'll auto revive them. But besides that, it's not super damagey. Like I felt like I was shooting the shit out of zombies and it wasn't really doing much for me. We're actually going into this a lot of levels or a lot of waves lower, so it might be a little better, but as I said, we're gonna stick with the other ones. So here's the red one. The red one's pretty solid. So this thing does basically a vortex explosion. So it just fucking boom. Very good for wave clear. I think Jason's going to use that one, so Jason can have it. And the blue one's pretty cool. I'm going to use this one. What this does is I can shoot down a ball, and it does the slow, but it also does quite a bit of damage. So what's interesting, when we get to the boss, you can actually, I believe, launch that at the core, and it'll do damage over time on top of what damage you're doing to it. Because what's nice about that is the fact that once you're in there, it's so hectic that you're going to be like, what the fuck? There is a way to get monkeys. I don't feel like you need monkeys because you're going to be doing so much damage in there. It doesn't really matter. Like, because you have good clear and good damage between these 2 upgrades, you shouldn't struggle too much, but we might eat our words here. Before we go in there, we're going to do our double pack-a-punches. So, yeah, this is pretty much it. It is time, guys. We're going to drop. Let him do his thing. We're going to walk in here, and this becomes a lockdown. You will find this white prime signal. That's not till after this, but it's not even really part of the Easter egg, so we're not even going to bother doing it. Jason's got more than enough money to buy some max ammos, but the max ammos are only for the specific gun in your hand. It's not for everyone, but you will be getting a lot of points in this. This is a spray and pray moment, team. I won't lie to you. This is do as much damage as possible. This is kind of like the appetizer for what's going to happen in there. So, like, when you see a Panzer, just start, like, you know. Like, this gun does a lot of work. The problem is, once you run out of ammo, your whole day is just ruined. Nice. Felt like that was a lot faster than the first time. All right, sweet. So you can't go back. We're just going to go right into this one, but there's no zombies until we get in there. So let's explain this fight. So there's no enemy per se, but there is basically 4 corners and a laser. You have to get the laser to shoot itself, so it's gonna like auto attack you. Essentially, you got to get it over to there so that shoots one of the 4 corners. There's a couple lull periods where it's just survival, and then once it blows up one of its generators, you have to shoot the corresponding capsule, I guess you can call it, and that takes a lot of bullets. I won't lie to you guys, it takes quite a bit. So we're gonna go for it. Hopefully it goes as well as it did the first time. If not, this is really the end. The other thing after this is that white capsule. Right in there is the actual like capsule thing. Then you go downstairs where you just saw, place it, it's basically a wonder weapon where it's the same thing, but it has all the abilities in one. If you're not doing the boss with it, it's like you're just doing it for fun. So we're not going to do that even if we do win this. So yeah, we're just going to send it and hopefully we get it. Boom. So if you go down, there's a Wonder Fizz over there. And then right there's your max ammo for your guns. So yeah, just wish us luck. Can we get this to hit yet or no?
Yeah, it's doing it right now. So.
Come on. Fire. Hit us. Yep, so there we go. It's going to break itself. It's like, oh, damn, that was a bad idea. First one's broken. And now you want to start laying into this. Okay, so that one's done. Jason, I'm going to grab one of our max ammos. Yep. So now you have a shield, or it has a shield. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of kite enemies. Now you're going to start getting dogs and panzers and so-and-so. So the trick is to max out the zombie spawns and then just kill the dogs. So the shields are down. Now we just kind of wait, get to one of these. Yep, mine's hit. Oh, okay, so it's doing the area of effect. You got to get in here. I didn't want to grab that. Good. So now it becomes a little tighter. Oh, I think we got it. Perfect. I'm going to grab another max ammo for us.
It's targeting mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hit mine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You just have to defend for the last one here.
Yep. We can do it. Oh, wow, I just got slam pieced. Come on, Jason.
Yes, my children, gather
No pressure. No pressure at all. See, I focused too much on damage. There we go. Lost and found. So, as he said, there's still one more quote-unquote buffer. We're going to show you how that's done. We're not going to do it because it takes a while, and it's a little tedious. So, that's pretty much the whole Easter egg. We'll just give you, like, the little rundown real fast. Now, you will find the white container. Boom. With that, you get this. And we'll let this guy do his talk. Grab the container. As you can see, there's 4 orbs there. So what you would have to do is you have to get, I think it's like 100 kills with each weapon in this giant zone. It's nice that you have a giant zone, but as you can see, it's like, I mean, it's a lot. And then in here is where you would do the upgrade for it. And all it is just the combination of all 4 guns in one. But it's like, what's the point if you can't use it for the boss? So that's really it. As you guys saw, that there's still 2 side quests in development. Don't know what they're for. Again, I feel like I'm pretty content. I feel like we did what we needed to, unless they add more from, because it says the main quest is the white thing, the white canister. So I don't know. I feel like we kind of did the hardest part, which I think is the main part that everyone wanted us to do. So we're going to end it there. I feel like we succeeded. And yeah, hopefully that helps everyone out. Good job, Jason.
Yep, good stuff.